Hello again. So, second part of today's review. We have like 15 more cards to talk about. Let's get right into it. Mogul Cultist. If your board is full of Mogul Cultist, sacrifice them all and summon High Keeper Ra. And High Keeper Ra is a 10 mana 20/20 that deals 20 damage to all the minions. Seems cool, but it's very hard to make it work. The only way people manage to fantasize about making it work is with Togwaggle Scheme. I don't think that's gonna work because you don't have enough time to do it. Realistically, I don't see any deck being able to play this card currently. It's cool. I wish it was 30 damage so that at least maybe you kill opponent instantly. But I don't know. I guess they don't want to kill your opponent instantly. I have no idea. Diseased Vulture. 4 mana 3/5. After your hero takes damage on your turn, summon a random 3-cost minion. This is pretty powerful. It's kind of like a Vex Crow that activates by you taking damage rather than you playing spells. But the problem is that it's harder to take damage on your turn than it is to play spells as a mage. The ways you take damage are Flame Imp, tapping. It can happen. Like, playing this and the Flame Imp on 5 already gives you very good stats. It's hard to make work, but it might be just good enough to play. Like, on turn 6, you go this plus tap. You get the 3/5 and the free drop. Free drops are really good. I really like free drops. They're a very big jump from 2 drops. And very similar to 4 drops. This card might see play. It's interesting. Neferset Ritualist. 2 mana 2/3. Battlecry restore adjacent minions to full health. Nah. Heal cards are never good. At least minion heal cards only. I don't see this. 2 mana 2/3. Not bad body, but I don't see this. Into the Fray. Give all town minions in your hand +2/+2. Blizzard is trying to again push Taunt Warrior. I don't know. I don't know if they have enough tools. But this card is very powerful. Buffing all minions in your hand by +2/+2. That's pretty good. If you have time to just dump your hand. The question is, how does Taunt Warrior look like? Just a deck playing a lot of towns and cards that buff towns. And then you just buff them and play them and try to beat them down with your stats. There probably will be counters to that. The question is if they give them enough tools for them to have like a powerful deck so that people try to counter them. But this card is definitely good on its own. Now, does Warrior have access to a lot of really good towns? Yes and no. We shall see. I believe if Taunt Warrior is going to be played, this is a 2-off, obviously. And a staple in the deck. But I'm not sure if it's enough on its own to make people play Taunt Warrior. Give all minions in your hand +3/+3. Too slow. 9-drop, Death Rattle. If it's not like win the game, we probably don't play it. I'm joking, but 9-drop with Death Rattle, it has to be insane. And this is good, but it's not insane. So, no. Infested Goblin. Neutral Taunt. 3 mana 2/3. Death Rattle. Add 2 1/1 Scarabs with Taunt to your hand. I'm assuming the Scarabs are... oh, we don't see them, but they're probably 1 mana 1/1s. I don't like it. I would maybe... like, we probably wouldn't play a 2 mana 2/3 Taunt in our deck. This is a 3 mana Taunt that gives you 2 1/1 Taunt. Nah, no. Too expensive. Way too expensive. This, on the other hand, 2 mana 2/2 Taunt, which gives you a Taunt minion. Also, because it's a class discovery, it has a high likelihood to give us... where are you, mate? Armagedillo. So you can discover Armagedillo from the guy. Can be pretty powerful. It's a Taunt, buffs your other Taunts. That's a Taunt, founds you more Taunts. High chance to find Armagedillo. Sign me up. This plus the 2/2 buff might be enough to make Taunt Warrior playable. This is interesting. I'll try it out. Like I said, Armagedillo is garbage, but these 2 cards are premium. These 2 cards in Taunt Warrior are 5 stars. So maybe that's enough support. I really want to try it out now. I'm excited. Pressure Plate. After your opponent casts a spell, destroy a random enemy minion. It's good only against big decks, like Mage. But I don't see it being that good. They can play around it by not casting spells. Obviously, you can play around all the secrets if you know what they are. The question is, how good is the surprise factor? I don't think it's that good. And I think people can play around it. Like, Mage can just play Mirror Image. And then you have a 1 in 3 to kill their guy. But if they know it's this, maybe they don't play anything. I don't know. I don't have high hopes for this to see play. I don't think it will. Wasteland Assassin. 5 mana 4/2 Stealth Reborn. I think Stealth Reborn goes really well together. So you play a 5 mana 4/2, you attack for 4, they kill it, you get a 4/1 stealth, you attack for 4. If they don't have any AoE to deal with it, you pay 5 mana for 8 damage over 2 turns. It's good, it's playable. I'm not sure what deck wants to play it, but maybe it will fit in an aggro deck. There were aggro decks that in the past were playing Stranglethorn Tiger. That's basically a 5/5 that guarantees 5 damage to the face and then is hard to remove. This guarantees 4 damage, is easy to remove, but then you get another one. So sometimes you can get 8 damage. So the decks that in the past wanted to play Stranglethorn Tiger might play this or might consider this. A lot of people probably are going to say that this card is insta trash, but I believe it's playable. I believe it's playable. I don't have high expectations. I don't see any current deck running it. I'm like, Aggro Shaman, do you want this? Probably not. I don't know. Question mark. I want to leave this card for last. Let's go here. Sunstruck Henchman. 4 mana 6/5. At the start of your turn, this has a 50% chance to fall asleep. So basically probably not be able to attack. Well, I don't like this type of card. It's overstatted, and if you get lucky, you can use it very efficiently. People are going to play this card for the high roll potential in aggro decks. I'm not sure what type of aggro deck wants to play this. Probably Shaman. Shaman just wants a 4 mana 6/5. I feel like this card might see play, at least in the beginning, so people see how impactful it is to not get to hit 50% of the time. But it's very good stats for 4 mana. And the downside doesn't seem that bad. But I don't like this type of design. I don't like it when the downside only happens some of the time. Because then if somebody gets lucky and gets to attack 2 or 3 times with this kit, it can just be game over because of that. So I don't like it. I hope it's not good, but I'm afraid it might be playable. Plague of Wrath. Really good AoE for Warrior. I don't think you can play it in the current build. I think you have to play Whirlwind. I don't think Warpath and this is good enough. I think you want to play Whirlwind with this. I can see people going Whirlwind, play this card, play Warpath, and not play Brawl. I can definitely see that. It's basically a more consistent Brawl for Control Warriors. Control Warriors might just go like, okay, we go like 1 Whirlwind, 2 Warpaths, 2 Plagues, and 2 Brawls, or something like that. Think that when you're in Dr. Boo mode, you don't really need the Whirlwind. You have the Rush Max. You can rush 1/1s and such. So maybe you need like 1 Whirlwind, or maybe after people play with the card, they can say like, oh, we can play 1 card with 0 Whirlwinds, or maybe even 2 cards with 0 Whirlwinds, depending on consistency. But it seems like a very powerful card. I'm worried about it because Warrior is already really good, and giving them another removal that you cannot really play around is pretty annoying as well. I don't know. I'm kind of afraid of the strength of Warrior. I'm hoping something is going to be able to keep them in check. But this card is very powerful. Colossus of the Moon. 10 mana 10/10 Divine Shield Reborn. You're never going to play it in your deck because it doesn't do anything. But it makes Conjurer's Calling on Sea Giant way better. Conjurer's Calling on Sea Giant is always like just raw stats. And this is the daddy of raw stats. You get a 10/10 with Divine Shield, which if they kill, it gives you a 10/1 with Divine Shield. It's pretty sick. You know what that means, right? If you conjure this guy, you get a 10/1, and you get 2 more 10 drops. And then you can conjure the 10/1 to get 2 more 10 drops. Because Reborn gets triggered. Reborn is basically Dev Rattle. Dev Rattle summon this minion with 1 health. So nobody's gonna play this, but it makes Conjurers better on Sea Giant. Scary as well, the Conjurers. It might work out if they just nerf it to 5 or to 4 mana. I don't know. But I don't think they should nerf Conjurers without also nerfing Warrior. I have no idea where they're gonna go with this. With printing such a card as Plague of Wrath, I wouldn't be surprised if they just Hall of Fame Brawl to give Warriors less options. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not a game designer. I'm just a player who just throws suggestions but doesn't think of all the implications. The game designers obviously think of all the implications and they want to take the best decisions accounting for everything. Maybe I just tunnel vision on 1 or 2 decks. And on mostly competitive play. Grandmommy. Very nice meme. Blizzard is better than me at pawns. Grandmommy. She's a mommy. And she's a mother. Okay. Reborn. Death Rattle give a friendly minion +1/+1. This might be good enough to play. 2 mana 1/2 that gives you a 1/1 is not amazing. But it +1/+1 something else. Delivers sticky minions. In a Divine Spirit Inner Fire Priest deck, we might want to play this just for the stickiness because you can also buff it with extra arms afterwards. Either this or the other minions. So I think it's playable. It's not amazing, but it's playable. I think we're going to play this in Divine Spirit Inner Fire Priest. Generous Mommy. Reborn, your opponent's cards cost 1 less. 3 mana 5/4. So it's a 3 mana 5/4. That summons again as a 5/1. 5/1 is not that good. 5/4 for 3, good. Your opponent's cards cost 1 less, bad. I don't think it's good enough to make up for the downside that it has. Bad. And last but not least, probably the strongest card they showed so far, in my opinion, High Priest Amet. Whenever you summon a minion, set its health equal to these minions. It's absolutely insane. It's not a good card to play on 4. Or maybe it is, I don't know. It's risky. It's kind of like Vargot. It's hard to kill, but if they kill it, you get punished because you miss out on a lot of value later down the road. But people are already saying on Twitter, you can play this, Stone Tusk Boar, Divine Spirit Inner Fire, that's 14 damage. Now, you can just have 2 Divine Spirits Inner Fire, that's 28. You can have Divine Spirit and 2 Stone Tusk Boars, and that's also 28 because you can Divine Spirit this guy. And then just play Boar Inner Fire or Boar Topsy. It's scary. This card is really scary. The only downside I can see is that if they damage it, all your minions are going to get summoned to the damage health. But if they damage it and not kill it, you can just heal it. And then double health. And then minions... This card is insane. The question is it insane enough to make people play Priest? Because that's insane. Right now, nobody plays Priest. I think this card is. And I think with this card, and maybe with the 2 mana card, Priest already has enough tools to build a pretty powerful Divine Spirit Inner Fire board control / OTK Priest. And I want to put my accent on the board control. Because I think we're going to play Stone Tusk board just for the synergy with High Priest Amet. Which I'm not sure how likely it is to happen. Also, by the way, it's whenever you summon. There are 2 types of cards in Hearthstone. Summon, play. Play means you have to play it from hand. Summon means you can also revive or summon with spells. So whatever you do, if you play this and Unleash the Hounds, let's say you somehow get your hands on Unleash the Hounds, you get all the dogs buffed to 7 health. This card is just too powerful, and I think people are going to find a way to abuse it. And I'm scared about it. But also excited in a way. Look at him. He brings out the excitement, doesn't he? So, this was my review of the cards until now. We have 61 cards, so about half. I'm pretty excited for this expansion. High power level, but that's exciting at least in the beginning of the expansion. If we're gonna regret it down the line, who cares? We only live once, it's a card game, let's just enjoy it. I'm gonna try to do more often reviews when they release about like 12 more cards. So subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video and look forward to more of those. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a great day.